First of all, congratulations on the film. Fantastic performance.
Thank you.
Was part of the appeal to the role the fact that it feels so timely? They've taken this classic monster and very much brought it into the 21st century.
Absolutely. And I think the thing that makes it the most scary is that it's so grounded in reality. There's a real man, a real villain who has no superpowers. There's nothing magical that makes him scary. And she's a real woman, and they had a real relationship. And I think that's what freaks people out the most.
Well, I think it was the script that Lee had written. You know, he's basically taken this monster, you know, that we've known about for so many years, and he's updated it in a way, and centered the story around domestic abuse and the realities of that, and narcissism, and all of these different things that are very, very, that I think we all come in contact with an awful lot in the world. So I just thought it was such a clever way of kind of tackling this property, and a very human way of looking at it, and I just really wanted to kind of be a part of it, really, and sort of play him. And I think the how truthful the relationship is with Cecilia and Adrian. I just really wanted to be a part of that.
Because all the other previous versions of Invisible Man are so different, did you look into any of them for inspiration about everything, or just just took it fresh?
I don't know if I was supposed to or not, but it's too late.
Oliver didn't either, so don't worry about it.
Oh, well, he doesn't do anything, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's barely in the movie. No, I didn't. Although, you know what I took inspiration from was actually a film called Gaslight, an old black and white film that I felt was more almost what we were doing than any previous iterations of The Invisible Man.
I didn't. I mean, I've seen the original, the sort of the Claude Rains 1933 version years ago, but I didn't necessarily feel the need to for this, because we were telling, it's such a departure from anything we've kind of ever seen with this before. You know, even when they did that, what was that, Verhoeven? Hollow Man.
Yeah. It's the one most people remember.
I know, exactly. Well, that was what was really interesting when I was telling people, they were like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm doing The Invisible Man. They were like, oh, like Hollow Man. I was like, no, really not. But yeah, so I didn't actually, not for this, but I probably should give them, I mean, there's quite a few. There's like The Return of the Invisible Man. There was a TV show, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There's lots of versions.
Can you talk a little bit? I know you won't want to reveal all the secrets, but how did it work on set? Because you're kind of not there for a while. Were you like in the babackground, just like taunting Elisabeth Moss from the side?
Just like sat off having a smoke.
Yeah.
They told me I wasn't necessarily allowed to say how it all happened. I was on set like an awful lot, like more than I probably ever should have been, considering I'm playing the Invisible Man. Yeah. But it was, it was some stuff where Lizzie and I went through the script and we discussed which parts would be really important for me to be there, sort of performance-wise for her. So, I was there in an abnormal amount.
Yeah. Did you, because there's not too much of the backstory, it's hinted at about their relationship in the past. Did you talk with Elisabeth to flesh out that kind of relationship before you get the script?
I think that Lee was brilliant about that as well, and Lizzie and I really wanted to, because it is something that is still rife in the world, and so we wanted to, even though we're making a thriller and parts of it are horror, and we felt a responsibility to tell that story as sort of truthfully as possible and as honestly as possible. So we did spend an awful lot of time in a rehearsal room kind of hashing out the dynamics of this relationship. And we all made the decision that we needed to be very, very clear about, you don't see Adrian a lot, but when you do see him, we need to be very, very specific about what it was that and why we were seeing that. And so we needed to kind of flesh out this relationship. So Lizzie and I we've got we could talk for hours about their relationship and what they did, and we felt it important because it bleeds into the movie. And I think that it ultimately helps with the movie and helps with the terror of the movie.
That was what a lot of our rehearsal was before we started the film. The script was so well written that there wasn't a lot of stuff to sort of fix in the movie, but it was just more about their backstory and the relationship and making sure that felt really real and was specific. So me and him and Lee got together and really just kind of sadly worked out what exactly was the abuse, what exactly happened in that relationship, and created something for ourselves so that when Cecilia was thinking about something, she had something to think about. And we knew what it was we were talking about. And I think that was important.
She goes through, Cecilia in this film goes through a lot, which feels like an understatement. Is it the kind of role that sticks with you after filming, where you like walking around being like, oh, who's in the corner over there? And that kind of stuff?
No. I was like,
Separate.
I need to pack. I need to get out of here. I've really spread out. Where's all my shit? Like I'm very good at leaving something behind and moving right along.
Because it feels like you've had a lot of dark roles in your career, and this is just like the latest one. Is there something about them that draws you more so than other roles do?
They're way more fun. I wish the narrative was that I was like some dark, serious person. I wish I was more like Joaquin Phoenix or something. But I just find them really fun. You know, I just find them really enjoyable and challenging. And to me, it's more fun to run around and do crazy shit than to be happy on screen.
When it came to approaching the scenes because there's a lot of scenes in this film where it's just literally you walking around dead of night with a flashlight or something like that.
Yeah.
How did you approach those scenes? Because
it was a dream come true. I was enacting all of my horror film fantasies. You know, my favorite scene that we did was one that was really simple. It was just one shot on Steadicam going through a hallway, and I'm just turning on lights and revealing that nothing's there, and then that door opens behind me. It was heaven. I was like, I am that girl in those movies that I love. It was really, truly a moment when we said cut. I was like, Lee, that was like classic horror movie scene. I was so excited.
Was it, when it came to the fights, was that another dream that you were fulfilling, that you were fighting against this invisible entity type thing?
Not so much. Not as much. I've never really dreamed of doing anything physical, but it was fun in the sense of like, I felt like I was like an action hero for 2 days. That was like my little brush with that, which was cool. But I prefer to just sit in a chair and use my face.